All right, everybody, what's going on? Hope you're having a great 4th of July. Hope you're having a safe one. A little bit of unfortunate news coming out of a neighboring county where I live at, and a 7-year-old girl with autism went missing late last night, and they found her in Douglas Lake. So pray for the family. I believe the news said that she's 7 years old, autistic, loved the water, loved the lake, and unfortunately she went missing last night. And that, this morning, today, dive crews found her. So thoughts and prayers going out to that family. But last night I was thinking about the Summer Wells case, and especially what the TBI agent said in this most recent interview. It was a 3-year mark when I guess the TBI agent said that they're still working on the case, blah, blah, blah. But he did say that they continue to receive tips. And I know they continue to receive tips. But the thing is, who are they getting those from, right? And I'd like to make the argument that these tips have to be coming from inside the circle, the inner circle of Don and Candus, right? I would say maybe 5% are coming from outside that circle. But who's constantly giving TBI tips on Don and Candus, right? I mean, when I stop and think about it, I'm like, who has access to Don and Candus? I mean, well, he says they continually receive tips on the case, but in my opinion, I feel like those tips are related to Don and Candus and Grandis. So, I mean, that's my opinion. So, who would be close to Don, Candus, and Grandis that would be, well, especially Don and Candus, that would be giving TBI tips constantly? Someone that has access to them. Someone that Don and Candus trust. I mean, it could be anybody. But when you stop and think about it, I mean, realistically, I would argue the fact that it's got to be someone at Don and Candus, are constantly around. And the only two people I can really think of, you guessed it, Tim Mullen and Robin Lane. Now, I don't know. There could be some others. Like I said, there could be some people outside the inner circle. As far as when I think about the inner circle for Don and Candus, I think of just a few people. I mean, you got Robin, Tim Mullen, maybe a few, and I mean a very few people that you guys don't know about. Maybe some of you do. But, and the other thing too is, I think Don and Candus are getting worried. Now that is probably a combination of things. The boys being, the decision on the boys have been made, and now I feel like the next step in the investigation is taking place. But again, I talked about, Michael Monkey Vaughn. in yesterday's video. So if you guys want to go watch that, if you didn't get the notification for that, I was thinking about Michael Monkey Vaughn, and he was on my mind, so I decided to do a video on him. You know, what all was going on with him. Apparently, Chief Huff turned all the evidence into the prosecutor's office, and that was months ago, like 6 months ago or more, and we've not heard nothing. So could that be what's going on here? Could all this evidence be, you know, could there have been a bunch of, I mean, there continues to be tips, and those tips can be, I guess, considered evidence depending on what it is, you know. Of course, those people are going to have to testify more than likely if this thing goes, you know, to court. But I mean, just, you know, what's, you know, at some point the district attorney's got to say, yes, I'm going to prosecute it. No, I'm not. Now, in Michael Vaughn's case, the prosecutor said, yeah, he's going to prosecute. But like I said, that's been 6 months ago or more. Don't know what's going on there. Who knows? Maybe they're, you know, dotting their I's and crossing their T's. In a Summer Wells case, as far as I know, they're still waiting to, you know, like the district attorney said, you know, he's, you know, when and if charges are to be filed, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But my main point is, you know, TBI agent come on and clearly said that tips keep coming in, guys. They got to be coming in from somewhere, you know. Why would the TBI, let me ask you this, why would the TBI be at Warriors Path around where, I guess, they had, I don't know where they had the, I know they had some kind of 3-year anniversary mark for Summer Wells somewhere at Warriors. But I've seen the TBI agents up there on what they call, if you guys are familiar, and you can probably go look at this, go look on Google Maps. Where I've seen them were around the woods. I don't know, there's some woods up. There's a place called Duck Island at Warriors Path. And they've got like picnic tables, a basketball court. There's like a sidewalk that goes around Duck Island that you can walk. But most of it's like picnic tables and pavilions and stuff like that. And I don't know if they had it there, or they had it at, because Warriors Path has, you know, it's, last time I was up there was a couple months ago, and it was huge. It was nothing like, you know, when I was up there in the 90s. Warriors Path has exploded. It's become this huge thing. So I'm not sure if they had Summer's thing at the swim hole where the horse stables are, or if they had it at Duck Island or somewhere else. But I remember seeing, when I was up there, I remember seeing the TBI agents around the woods on Duck Island. And I wanted to go talk to them, but right. And I thought about releasing a video of them, but I don't really want to put, because it would show their faces and stuff, you know, where I zoomed in. Don't really want to show that. But there's somebody I feel like there's somebody in Dawn and Candus's inner circle that's providing TBI with tips. Again, is it Tim Mullins? Is it Robin? Is it somebody somebody else that knows them that we don't know about, that's got close connections to them? Don't know. Somebody, though, is giving them tips, guys. They gotta be. That knows Dawn and Candus. Don and Candus have shut down. I think they know this. I think that is one of the reasons why they've not been on YouTube. They have shut down. They have, they pretty much shut down. I think they can't trust anybody now. The problem is they shouldn't have been trusting anybody to begin with, right? That's they shouldn't have been trusting anybody to begin with. So, I mean, who knows? Who knows who law enforcement could be having do surveillance? I know law enforcement is probably doing surveillance on them, but, you know, I mean, you never know. I mean, law enforcement could have went out and put a listening device in the woods at Warriors Path. Maybe they knew where they were going to have this anniversary thingamabobber for summer at. And maybe, you know, maybe someone went out there and put in listening devices in the woods. Maybe they went out and retrieved those. Interesting, huh? Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Do you think Don and Candus, I mean, what are your thoughts? Do you think Don and Candus, you know, because they've been quiet for the last few months on YouTube. And some people will say, well, they're just over the YouTube thing. You know, they're over the drama. They're over, you know. Is it that? Or are they pissed off because maybe they were too trusting in people and they know that they got a mole, maybe a couple of them, and they're pissed off about that? I think that's what it is. I think they've finally come to grips that they've got a mole or two or three, and they're finally realizing that, and I think it's finally hit them and they're pissed about it. That's what I think. So let me know what you guys think about this whole theory of mine. Again, TBI agent says they still continue to receive credible tips. Well, they said tips and information, but they're credible. They're credible. So let me know what you think, guys. Let me know what you think. It's getting pretty interesting. I think a lot of stuff's happening behind the scenes, but again, you know, I still question laziness in the Summerwells case. I still question laziness on the part of the DA. Is the DA going to just be too lazy to? I mean, that you could put like a stack of evidence on the DA's desk. That means he's going to prosecute it. You know what I mean? That means going. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, guys, but the Holly Bobo case and what the TBI done in that case really set me back. So, and in my opinion, and until the TBI can prove to me that, you know, they've changed since then. Because man, that was bad, guys. That was bad. If you hadn't watched that, I've got a little short video on what the TBI, how they treated people in the Holly Bobo case and stuff like that. It's a few videos back, but you need to go watch that. I think it's like 2 or 3 videos back. You need to go watch that. But TBI still has to prove to me that they've changed. You know, and with Hawkins County being the way it is, you know, there's, you know, like I said, you know, you could throw a stack of evidence, you know, 3 foot deep on the prosecutor's desk, but if they choose not to do it, it's all in vain, guys. It's all in vain. So let me know what you think about everything I said. Drop some comments, and we'll talk about it. So anyway, I hope you guys have a good 4th, and I'll see you on the next video.